Hi there, how's it going? Welcome to Looplearnings, and this is video number 28. In this video we will continue making reports. If you are new to my channel, welcome to Looplearnings, and if you are returning, welcome back, and thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for watching the videos, appreciate it. Now we will continue, as I said, continue, which means in last video we started making some reports. So the first report we created is, you're looking right at it, it's a list of employees, a very simple report. What we did before, previously we created a query and then we created a report. We mapped that query with the report. That's it, job done. Okay, now in this video we are going to create a little bit complicated, not complicated, but a little bit step up version from this report, and which means I'm going to create a report which show us the gross value of the payroll and the net value of the payroll month wise, which means I want to see January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, and for each month who has approved that payroll, what is the gross salary that we have paid, and what is the net amount that we have paid in that particular month, and what is the status of the payroll. You getting that? That's what we are going to do. Now we are going to use two tables from where we are going to combine the information, actually 4 tables to be very precise, and we will make query first and then we will actually create a report and we will map that query with that report. Simple as that. So if I'll double click on payroll, we see the information such as created on fiscal year, fiscal month, approval, approved by, why it is missing here I have no idea. Okay, we'll have that, and let's have an employee YX all the way, and where we have a status of the payroll as well. Now this information does not consist of, whatever, it doesn't consist of the amount that I was talking about, which means the gross salary, the net salary that we have paid for each month. It doesn't have this information, so which means we are going to get that information from payroll lines, because it certainly does have that information, the gross salary, the net payable. Okay, so that's what we're going to get. Now that means we need to combine these two tables, and how do we do that? Oh dear, it's a very easy question. Okay, we do that by making query. So we click on create and we go to the query section and we design our query. You use this create button for creating tables, creating forms, creating reports, and for creating queries as well. So I click on query design and we are right into our query designer. So what do we need? We need to fetch some tables in this playground, and then we need to fetch some of the information from those tables into this query designer. Okay, how do we do that? Well, it's very simple. Either you right click on the desired table, there is no right click unfortunately. Either you drag and drop, okay, or you double click. The moment you do that, your tables will be in the query designer. Then you just expand these table a little bit so you get to see the information, whatever. There we go. Sorry, I have some issues with my throat. It's not functioning well, so that's why in between you'll see me suddenly getting quiet. So I hope that is okay. Apologize for that. Okay, now what do we need first? We need to have information first of all for which year we are looking at the reports information. So we'll get from the payroll table, which is this is our primary table, and this is the secondary table, and whatever table else we will have, those two will also will be the secondary table. The primary table is our payroll in this particular query. So if I get fiscal year, and the fiscal month, let's get that. And anytime you want to see how the query looks like, you just right click anywhere and you go to the datasheet view. Or if you want to go to query design, and you see here views and datasheet view, and in any ways you will get to the same view of the query. Now this is not user friendly, by the way, and I'm sure you will be agreeing with that. So right click here, we go to design view. So what do we need to do? We need to fetch fiscal year, fiscal month table as well. So double click, and here we are. You see these little lines, I'm sure you know these are the relationships that are created for these tables, and it's always a good sign to know that your relationships are created correctly. So instead of fiscal year, fiscal month pulling from the payroll table, which is our primary, we will use the secondary table, which is fiscal year, and secondary table, which is fiscal month, to get the actual name of the month and the year. Now there are two ways. What I do, I simply change the table from here, from payroll to fiscal year, and from here to fiscal month, or you select both, delete both, and double click here and here. It will eventually give you the same result. Now I right click, design view, and here we are. We see the name of the month and the year, which is more user friendly. I'm sure you will agree with that as well. Now right click here. We need to have few more columns here before we end our query. So design view, what else do we need? Well, we need to see who is it approved by, and we need to see what was the gross salary and the net payable and the status of the payroll. That's what we want to see. So we'll go to the design datasheet view, and we see this information right away. Okay, now we need to do something else as well, and that is we need to get the fiscal month ID right here. Okay, I'll tell you why we're doing it later on, but for now just leave it like this. Okay, our query is ready. Whatever data or information we required, we have this information. Now it is ready but not yet completed. What do we mean by that? Well, as I said, we need the information to be combined. So I don't want to see we paid 18,700 to one employee, then the next, no. I want to see the sum of these per month. So in January, give me one number. That's what I am asking. That's what your manager will ask, and that's what you will design. You'll say, okay, for January I need one number, that's it. I don't want to see the drill down version of the payroll. Okay, so how do you do that? It's very simple. You go to the design view of the query, you go to the query design, and you tap or click on the totals. The moment you do that, you get another line called totals in the query designer. Okay, in here what you do, gross salary and net payable, these are the two fields we want to total. Okay, so you go here, and from here you select sum. You see there are other options, average, max, count, etc. So you can use this particular feature to get the required information. So you sum that, net payable, you sum that as well. Sum means you add everything, and go to datasheet view, and here we have one number for each month. Now you can see right away there is another issue, and the issue is that it's not sequenced correctly. So January we are getting in the middle, whereas January should supposed to be right at the top. And that's what I was talking about for these IDs. So we'll go to the design view, and I'll come right under the ID column, and as you will see, there's another line called sort. So we'll do the ascending descending. If I'll do ascending, then January will be right at number 1, and then if I'll do descending, then the query will run and it will sort the data from December till January. Okay, that's what it means. So we'll use ascending. And now if I will go to the datasheet view, now you see right there at the top we have January, then February, and then so on till December. Okay, that's why I chosen the ID field. Well, you must be thinking, okay, you could do the same ascending descending with this particular field fiscal month. Well, we could do that, but the problem is that it will ascend or it will descend, but it will look for, since this is a string value, it will look for the A, whatever month starting with A, that comes right at the top. So April, then August, then you would see December. So that's how it will appear. That's why I choose the numerical value to do the sorting, which is always the best way. Okay, now our query is actually ready and completed and good to go. What we do, we save this query and we give a name. We say payroll monthly query. Okay, that's a simple name we will give, and so we can remember later on. Now we need to use this query somewhere. Well, we will use this query in a report. Okay, so I'll close on that. If I'll scroll down till the end, we created a report called employee R. If you recall, and if you have watched my previous videos in this series or any other series, what I do is for example, we are creating forms, I copy the form and paste it, and then I change the information. The reason being that is that I can save time on layouts, design aesthetics, color combination, whatever it is used, so we can save that time. So I'll close that. I'm going to copy this particular report and I'm going to press Ctrl V on my keyboard, and it is asking, okay, what do you want the new report to be called? So we'll say payroll monthly report. Okay, and that's what we want to call it. Now if I double click it, what happened? We get the same information which we have in employees report. That's because we have just copied the report, changed the name. That doesn't mean that everything else will be changed automatically along with it. We need to do some sort of work, which means we'll go to the right click, we'll go to the design view, and we'll go to the report design, we'll go to the property sheet, and under property sheet we'll go to the data tab as well. So we'll remove this record set of employees queue, and now our report is actually blank, nothing in there. What else I would like to do? Well, I don't want to keep the same fields as well, because when I pull the information, these fields will also be changed. That's it. So I've removed everything. We have blank report now. Okay, now right click again. Let's bring some information in here. So we'll go to the report design, property sheet, existing field. We don't have any existing field. Why? Because we have not yet assigned any table or query. So we'll go back to the property sheet, we'll go to the data view or data sheet, data tab. What's happening? And we choose the record source as payroll monthly queue, the query that we have just created. Okay, so payroll monthly queue. Okay, now if I'll go to report design and add existing field, we get some information in here. Okay, so I get the fields that I require. ID I don't require. I will need it. I will tell you later on why, but I don't want to display it on the report. So therefore I select the rest of the fields, I drag them here and drop, and immediately I start doing my layout. So we'll go to the home tab, we'll make it black, and what I would like to do is I would like to bring fiscal year in here as a heading, page heading, and I will select these fields and right click on these, layout and tabular. That's what I want. Okay, now I'll expand a little bit. I'm just simply doing the layout adjustments, right? This is very, very simple and basic. You might have seen that in previous video. If you have not, it's okay, don't worry. It's even if you will watch, you will learn and you will know that how to do it. Okay, this is very simple. Okay, all right, now let's do a little bit of housekeeping here. So approved by, we'll expand a little bit. Some people will have bigger names, and we will expand these two as well. If you want to keep them equal, they will look nice as well. So we'll go to the property sheet, we'll go to the format, and we'll see the width. So width at the moment is 1.1667. We'll select that. 1.3, let's increase to 1.4. Oops, that is too much. Not that. 1.4, that's what I want. Okay, so we'll change this to 1.4 as well. Okay, so these are equally width fields. We'll increase the month fields width as well. And now if I'll go to the report view, yes, we have the data, whatever data we required, but there are things that we need to change. First of all, I'll get rid of these boxes, the outlines, and then I will bring the line in between each month. So right click on that, design view, and let's get rid of the outlines. So we'll select all of this, we'll go to the format tab, shape outline, and we'll make them transparent. Next, what I would like to do is bring the line here. So we'll go to report design, we'll go to the control section, and we'll get the line here, and we'll bring that line in here. Okay, that's it, that's done. Okay, now we will go to the report, and let's see how it looks like. Better, but we will definitely improve it, starting with these headings. Okay, these looks horrible, and this information is towards the right side, so we'll make it center as well. Right, so let's do that. Let's select these two both and go to the home and make it center, and let's select the heading and make it bold. Oops, make it bold now. Okay, now we can change this fiscal month, something like that, and approved by, a little bit of space in here, gross salary, little bit of space in here. Okay, net payable, little bit of space in here as well. So select both, and we choose the width to 1.4. okay, now we'll make this as, not FY, we'll say it's fiscal month. Oops, sorry for that. Fiscal month, fiscal year, sorry. Okay, we'll make it bold as well, this also bold. Okay, now if I will go to the report view, much better. Now we can still improve it, right? How do we do that? Well, first of all, I need this to be in a right order. I mean, order is correct. This order needs to be changed. Again, January is coming in the middle, so we'll make it sort here in the reports as well. What do you mean by this? This actually, will we'll have the proper form of writing the amount, which means we'll have a comma after the thousands and then hundreds. Okay, and we'll go to the design view, and we select both of these fields. We'll go to the format property sheet and format tab, and in format you can have two options. Either you use currency format, or you can use standard. I use standard because currency I have to go and because when we choose currency, by default it will show USD, United States dollars. But if you are located in some other country, that means your computer should have by default the currency changed in its setting. So I will choose that standard, and the decimal points I will keep 2. Okay, these are very, very important settings that you must do. So if I'll go to report view now it looks much better. Okay, all right, this is what I was talking about. Decimal points important, you see here. Okay, so some companies they want exact information down to the decimal points even. Now next thing we need to do is change the sort, because we don't want January in the middle, we want January at number 1 and then December at last. In between everything is sorted properly. So how do we do that? Well, simply we'll go to the report design, group and sort, and we will add a sort, and here it is, the ID from smallest to largest. This is what we do. And we go to report view. Now we see January, February, March, April. So we see in the right order, right sequence. Now few more things to do. We'll make this as a bold. We'll bring this in here. And why? Because you don't want to give the report, or you don't want to print report by yourself and for your use, and you start calculating the total amount with the calculator. Since you have made a report, you should have a total here, grand total here down as well. So that's what we'll do. We'll select that, we'll bring this here, and we'll select this one by one, report design, and in here you'll see totals and sum. For this as well, report design, totals and sum. Then we'll select these two, and we increase the height of these text boxes, and we make them bold as well. Okay, now this month column also we want bold. Now if you will go to report view, now you can see looks much better. Okay, so here we have gross salary, net payable, etc. Here it's not employees count. Actually in Urdu video, if you have watched Urdu video, I apologize, I did not change this. I should have changed this, but I did not. And this and this I want to change both. Okay, so first let's change this. So we'll say, oops, okay, so this will not go away, so we'll may layout, remove it. Oh, interesting. Okay, it's not employees count, it is, we can say that it is grand total. Okay, we can say that, and we bring it here. Okay, this also, it's not list of employees, we'll say payroll month wise report. Okay, now we will go to report view. Nice, payroll month wise. Month wise. This is what happens when you don't do breakfast and you start doing the work here also. Oh dear, so many mistakes. Okay, therefore hence proved that breakfast is important before you do any work. Okay, all right, hopefully this is okay now. Yep, looks like grand total 12, and grand total here for the salary, and we have payroll month wise. How the print preview looks like, it looks better, it looks good. This is what I wanted to demonstrate in this particular video, that we will make a report in which for each month we will do the calculation of how much salary was gross salary and net payable that we paid to our employees month wise, starting January till December for the whole year. Right, This is it for today's video. I hope that you have learned something. Even if you have not, please do let me know in the comments below. If you liked whatever you have seen, please do smash the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed, and hit the bell icon so you get notification whenever I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, bye bye.